arrest Jason Cunningham. He was wanted in connection to the shooting death of a woman who was found dead in a downtown Augusta parking garage this morning. Laura Puglisi live for us near the Fort Gordon Recreation Area in Appling, where authorities have been there since about 10 o'clock this morning. Laura, bring us up to speed. What's the latest?
Right, well, like you said, we just heard a few moments ago from Columbia County deputies that Cunningham did surrender himself to deputies after an 8-hour-long standoff over there. They say that nobody was hurt in the incident, including Cunningham and including deputies over there. Now, as far as arrests, that will come from Richmond County Sheriff's Office. And we actually just saw a few moments ago the car that he was in being taken to Richmond County, just leaving the scene over there, and several other deputies leaving the scene after, like we said, a very long day and an 8-hour-long standoff. The standoff lasted for hours. Dozens of deputies and about 50 to 60 cars surrounded Jason Cunningham, including Richmond County, Columbia County, Fort Gordon Military Police, and the Georgia Department of Public Safety.
And I just want this to come to an end peacefully.
Jeff Pagak is a longtime friend of Cunningham, who was a former Richmond County deputy. He left the department in February of 2018. Officials say he's also the suspect of a murder in Augusta Thursday morning. The Richmond County coroner says 37-year-old Diane Harrington of Hallandale Beach, Florida, was shot at least one time and found on the third floor of the parking deck on 9th and Reynolds Street. Later on, we found the elevator taped off with a biohazard team cleaning inside. Hours after the shooting, Columbia County deputies found Cunningham near the lake at the Points West Army Resort. That's when they say he pointed a loaded weapon at deputies.
I know what's going on in the media right now, and what people are seeing on Facebook is a bad image of him, but he's not.
Jeff says Cunningham is a father and a husband and a good friend. He doesn't know what happened or why, but just wants it to end peacefully.
I know everybody that cares about him is trying to reach out to him, is trying to say what we can say to him, and I'm hoping he's seeing it at least. That's what I want right now.
And Laura, back to the woman who lost her life, Diane Harrington of Florida. Do we know about any relationship between her and Cunningham?
Well, as of right now, deputies say it's not clear whether the victim and the shooting victim and the suspect knew each other. We are working to learn those details, of course. It's also not clear how deputies tied Cunningham to the shooting, whether he confessed or there was evidence left at the scene. And we should also be able to find out those details, again, from Richmond County, not Columbia County, since this incident did start all the way back over in Augusta.
And we are thankful to hear that this all ended without injury. Laura Puglisi live for us there at the Fort Gordon Recreation Area. Laura?
Another person shot and killed overnight in Augusta as well. This happened on Mike Paget Highway around 4 this morning near the McBean area. 48-year-old Mango Santos was pronounced dead on the scene. The sheriff's office has at least one person in custody connected to that, and we asked if this death had any connection to the Harrington's death, but the sheriff's office said no, these are two completely unrelated incidents.
Also this evening, a big legal development in the long debate over James Brown's estate. The South Carolina Supreme Court has just ruled Tommy Ray Brown was not James Brown's legal wife when he died. That means she is not entitled to the money from the entertainer's music. Now, James Brown's kids have control of that estate, so legally, this may basically be the end of the line for Tommy Ray. She can ask the High Court to reconsider, but that's unlikely, or she could take it up to the federal court level. We'll let you know if that happens. Riley. Well, Richard, but that's going to be good news with 178 jobs coming soon. Also in the news this evening, something you have in your medicine cabinet right now could help stop the spread of coronavirus, and we're not talking about some pill.
Yeah, it's really not even medicine at all, but it has the attention of AU's Chief of Infectious Diseases. He shared the science with our IT's Meredith Anderson and hopes you might give it a try.
Yep, I don't even have to tell you what it is right now. It is mouthwash, and it's a shame you can't appreciate my fresh breath through the TV screen, but you might appreciate knowing this. Mouthwash does more than just help your pearly whites. It could help you fight coronavirus.
Now, why do we use mouthwash? To kill the organisms in our mouth.
The ones that cause bad breath. Sure, social distancing has cut down on the need to always be minty fresh, but your garlic breath isn't the target here. Neither are the 6 billion bacteria in your mouth right now. Not an exaggeration, by the way. Dr.
Jose Vasquez's enemy number one is coronavirus. If you've had a test, chances are it was a nasal swab, but your mouth is also prime virus real estate.
A lot of times, instead of swabbing the nose, we swab the back of the throat.
And if it's important enough to test, Dr. Vasquez believes it's important enough to swish. There is science to the swish. Dr. Vasquez gave the I-Team this study where researchers note the throat is a source of shed virus. It's also in asymptomatic individuals who are also likely to be infectious.
Most of these mouthwashes actually have antiviral and antifungal properties also.
Not to mention, they're pretty good soldiers. Researchers note the fighters in mouthwash can be active for up to 12 hours. A lot more research needs to be done, but it's pretty promising. COVID might be highly contagious, but it's pretty easy to kill. I mean, all you need is soap and water. This also isn't a cure-all or a reason to stop wearing your mask. Please don't. But hey, the person who wears this mask certainly won't be upset if you give mouthwash a shot.
The dentist, I guess, will be happy. We'll be, using mouthwash several times a day, but it's just something fun to discuss, I think.
Fun to discuss with a pretty big outcome. We all have a lot more to gain from using mouthwash right now than we stand to lose.
Good teeth, no cavities, and fresh breath.
That's like the best side effect ever.
That's the way. Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't do any harm.
It's also not a bad habit to pick up because eventually we'll have to worry about garlic breath once again.
Some mouthwash is better than others, though. Researchers suggest you use some that have 1.5% hydrogen peroxide. Now, I had no idea how much hydrogen peroxide mine had, but it did say it on the back. I looked it up online, and sure enough, 1.5%. So you'll definitely want to check that out before you head to the checkout counter. Reporting for the I-Team, Meredith Anderson, on your side.
I can just hear the commercials now. Freshens breath, fights coronavirus as we have a live look outside and check in with Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale.
Hey, not too bad out there today. We're hang on to the heat. The highs in the mid-90s Monday. And then going later into next week, those storm chances go up a tad, but we're getting nights back into the 70s.
And Laura, we're going to give the final word to you tonight. What's happening?
Yeah, so tonight is my last night of work, so I'm going to take a little time, hopefully, before the baby comes uneventfully on Tuesday. So this will be it for about 3 months.
Quick
so
question.
You guys
Unless the baby comes on the dinner break, will I see you at 11?
Yeah, you'll see me at 11.